Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today I give you a story titled, My wife, a 38-year-old female, admitted to me that she has quite an intense crush on her personal trainer. What's the next step? And I shout out to Matt for sending in this story. And guys, this story, which is definitely an entertaining one, is actually two posts in one, so it's all in this one video here, about a husband who's ultimately divorcing his wife after finding out initially from her that she has a big crush on her personal trainer. But there's way more going on than that. And what's really funny here is the person who actually helps the husband here expose the wife and, let him know what's really been going on here and how it's not working out too well for her. And I've been going to go over here, guys, making the point that no matter how far along you are in a relationship, a marriage, you have to always keep your eyes open. It's amazing how this type of stuff happens. And of course, an open phone policy is not a bad idea in a committed relationship. So it starts off, says here, we've been together 15 years, married for 10. In that time, she's always done something fitness-wise, be it running, the gym, or cycling. About a year ago, she decided that she wanted to be stronger. She started doing weights at the gym, and she was getting there. But around 4 months ago, she said she needed some guidance and started doing sessions with one of the gym's personal trainers. Aha! How interesting. She's been very active, okay. Gym, running, cycling. I've been hitting the gym, but lately, all of a sudden, now she wants a trainer after all this time. Now, is that possible? Maybe wants to learn some new things, realize she doesn't know what she's doing. It happens. Or there's a guy at the gym she has a crush on, the trainer, and wants to get close to him. Take your pick. Well, she was really enjoying it. I'm sure she was. And about a month ago, upped it from 2 sessions to 3 sessions a week. There has been a notable change in her strength, and I was happy for her as she seemed really proud of herself. Then this weekend, she dropped the bomb on me. I had noticed that our SCX life had pretty much come to a stop a couple months ago, and I spoke to her about it. And she said she was sorry, it was just the stress of starting a new job, mixed with the cold weather, and she just wasn't in the mood. What also happened 2 months ago? She started working out with a trainer. And again, we can define working out. I thought it was fair enough, and I'd leave it alone and let her lead the pace when she was ready again. Oh yeah, like her blaming it on the cold. Last time I checked, the cold was never a problem with a girl that likes you. Well, this weekend she told me that she's developed a very intense crush on her personal trainer, and that while she knows crushes happen in a relationship, this feels like it's more. Crushes tend to happen when you're young, in adolescence and stuff like that. When you get older, come on. People can have attraction for other people, but crushes, come on, you grow up. She says she finds herself constantly seeking his attention, ding, 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 either at the gym or on social media. She has started tagging him in all her posts, but I just assumed it was more of giving credit type of thing. Dude, wake up. Come on here. Then, she admitted that she started wearing less and less at the gym to get his attention, which is something I hadn't noticed, as she always takes a gym bag with her and gets changed there. Very clever. Right there. Guys, this is why I tell you it's obvious when a woman's really into you. When they say they got to, you've heard these stories of women complain they got to spend all this time and money getting ready for a date. Or even, I did this thing recently about this gal who wants people to pay a deposit to go on a date with her. Guess what? When they really like a guy, they're going to do things like, dress in a way that the guy notices her, like this, or in her case, dress down, wear less clothing, or constant tagging on social media, reaching out. It's obvious. Well, she admitted to me that the last few times that we had she fantasized that it was him, and that's why she stopped having with me, as she felt too guilty. She's actually telling him that she's fantasizes about her trainer while he's banging her. Holy crap. Obviously, she's trying to sabotage the relationship, or she's having a moment of guilt after something happened, which you'll find out pretty soon. Probably the worst thing she told me was that a few days ago, she saw him having a personal session with somebody else, a younger girl, more around his age, and she saw them laughing together, and she got so jealous and upset that she had to leave the gym and go cry in her car. Really? Number one, that she's admitting this, and number two, that's more than a crush. She says she has done nothing to encourage this and has been nothing but professional throughout all this, and he is not at fault. Well, we'll see about that. And so he goes on. He says, I don't know what to do. I'm still crushed. Dude, we all know what you need to do. Do I just sit back and wait for the crush to stop? Smack! No, you don't just sit back and let this stop. This is not good. And guess what? There's no way she's being totally honest here. Do I demand she changes the gym and blocks this guy? There's an idea. We've all had crushes in relationships, and eventually they go, but I feel like this one won't, and she's being alone with him 3 times a week and follows him on all social media accounts. I feel like distance is how you get over this, but I don't want to come across as controlling. Smack! Dude, after everything she said, and probably there's way more going on, hint, hint, who cares if you're labeled controlling? Who cares if you are actually controlling at this point? What do you think? She doesn't want to change anything and thinks it will just go away on its own. Sure. He also says, thank you all for your replies. There's too many to keep up. I spoke to her last night and got a bit more info, and then went and spoke to him and got some more. He has done nothing wrong. I'll post an update after work. Okay, a little spoiler, but you're about to find out what's really going on behind the scenes here. And again, this guy's have a right to tell her at the very least, no, you're not going to be going to that gym. I'd be done with her, but if he stayed with her, he'd be like, no, you're going to work out at home from now on. That's your penance here. Or at the very least, another gym. But even then, I wouldn't let that be. Now to his update. He says, so I spoke to my wife the other night about my original post. I said she needs to leave her personal trainer, quit that gym, and we need to start going to couples counseling. That's not unreasonable, but he shouldn't be with her. She wasn't happy and started arguing, saying it's only a crush and it'll pass, and she's making good progress, and started to frame it as if me not caring about her health. Yeah, really. See how the blame is shifted to the guy? Newsflash, she can work out at home, go jog in the neighborhood. Well, keep an eye on her when the Amazon driver's nearby, but you get my point. Go for a bike ride, lift weights at home, she can get a weight set, or change another gym. Her health is going to be negatively impacted if she had to change gyms. This is bullshit. She doesn't care about the marriage. Well, once she realized I was not budging, she started trying to bargain with me, saying, what if she stopped seeing the personal trainer, and she can still go to that gym, and if she started having you-know-what with me again, we don't need to do couples counseling. Then she would just see him behind his back, and would still see him there. And we still at this point have to question, what else is going on? I lost my temper with her at this point, and admitted and even shouted, enough. I want to know everything. Tell me everything you've done. I want to read your messages with him. I want to see these outfits you're wearing. I need to know everything now. And she said, fine, and stormed off upstairs. Well, she came back down wearing an outfit that was a bit much, to be fair, for the gym in cold country, but I didn't say anything and asked to see her phone. She said she deleted the messages. What do you think she was doing upstairs, dude? And notice the outfit was a bit skimpy for the cold weather here. When I asked why, she was honest and said that she sent him a topless selfie on Christmas Day. For goodness sake. While I was downstairs cooking dinner for her family. She then said that while she's confessing, she also kissed another man on a night out in the first year of our relationship. I already knew about this because her friend who fancied me told me about it. So she has a history of this shit. I asked her why him and not me. What does he have that I don't? Smack! Don't ever say that, guys. Makes you sound like a bitch. She said nothing, and it was more about the situation than him. She said she's starting to feel regret and like she missed out on her youth. Here we go. She had a boyfriend from school to her early 20s, was single for a year, then met me. She said she's starting to regret not having more fun, and she's starting to enjoy the attention, always about the attention, from other guys, and especially younger men. When she was telling me originally, she said a couple times, I'm not planning on doing anything, it's just a fantasy. Yeah, sure, honey. Unless you want me to do something, she says, with a nervous laughter, and at the time it felt a bit like she wanted to do something, but was trying to frame it like my idea, but I never really clicked properly. I asked her if when she told me she was expecting me to give her permission, and she said that she generally thought because I don't get jealous, I'd be okay with it. In other words, she's trying to set the stage to have an open marriage. This is not going to work. It is time to cut your losses and move on. I still feel like I was being given wasn't giving everything though. The outfit and the kiss confession felt like distractions and something was missing. Even telling me about all this in the first place felt a bit like a-hole was trying to get her story in before somebody else told me. I said I'm going to go for a drive and then went to the gym to speak to her personal trainer. Okay, guys, now watch how this goes down. I approached the trainer and said, I'm not here for trouble. I understand my wife has been harassing you. He wasn't happy being approached this way, which I get, but he asked me who my wife was, and when I told him, he said he knew something like this was going to happen. What could that mean? He told me that he hadn't trained her since Christmas as he let her go after she'd been sending him pictures, plural, not just one she told me about. He says since she has kept messaging him, but he ignored her. He let me read the messages, and she had sent 12 pictures over a 3-month period. One was fully naked, and when he told her not to send them, she said she was just showing her progress. Man, talk about fucking throwing herself at this guy. And obviously he gave her chances, but she kept doing it. Until finally, it's bad when your trainer has to fire you, And it's amazing that she didn't twist it around and go to the gym and try to get him fired. What I say about how women cannot take rejection, and either they try to make your life a living hell, or they become obsessed with you right freaking here. Can't take it. But I bet you all the girls like this guy, so now she has to, of course, like this guy. The worst part about this was she was messaging him stuff like, we've got another argument. The worst part was that she was messaging him stuff like, talking about me, saying we had another argument, could really do another session to burn out some anger. Or he's out drinking with his friends again, ignoring me. Or saying, I'm so lonely, neither of which are true. And then she told him mid-December that she had kicked me out and we were divorcing. With the Christmas Day picture, she even said, first Christmas alone. And just last week, she messaged him again saying, I was already seeing somebody else. Damn. This is why, guys, I say all the time, take with a grain of salt anything any gal tells you about their ex. Or if she's complaining about her current relationship. Because a lot of times, either they greatly exaggerate the so-called trespasses guys are doing against them, or completely making shit up out of the blue to get pity or get an edge. Well, I thanked him and asked him to send me them and went home. When I got home, she was already gone and just wrote me a note saying, sorry. Oh, well, that fixes everything. She's at her friend's house, and we've been texting a bit the last couple of days and have a marriage counselor booked for the next week, but I think it's done. Bro, it's over with. Come on. I'm not even that bothered about the pictures of the flirting or the outfit, the lying about me and our marital status. I don't think we hadn't argued in years. I'm downstairs entertaining her family while she's sending nudes. She never sent me one, by the way, and telling him she's alone. I'm working all this weekend to try and keep my mind busy. Sorry if I don't reply quick enough, and thank you to everyone who took the time to read and reply to my post. Now, the final thing, we're not done yet, he says here, as an edit. Thank you all for your replies. I really do appreciate it. There's been so many I can't keep up. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. I decided to not bother with the marriage counseling and just start divorce proceedings this week. Thank the Lord. Life could really turn upside down in a week. I never thought I'd be single again, but here we are. Hallelujah. For when I was reading this the first time, I was thinking he's actually going to try and work it out. So there you go, guys. I love it that the freaking trainer throws her underneath the bus. I mean, it had to be really bad. And obviously, because he said like 12 pictures she sent him and all the shit she was making up. I mean, psycho. But this guy is obviously very popular with the ladies at the gym, clearly. And, of course, she wants a piece of him. And probably he was just being a friendly guy because personal trainers have to be salesmen to get the clients and all. And she took it to a whole new level, the attention he was giving to her, and decided she was going to get him. And just threw everything away over a crush. An infatuation, chasing his validation. And what's funny is, I'm willing to bet you when this guy divorces her, now she's either going to really chase after this guy, and he'll probably have to get a restraining order against her, or she's going to make his life a living hell saying, it's your fault. It's your fault that now I'm getting divorced, and will probably go to the gym and complain and make up a bunch of bullshit to the freaking owners there. It'll be a whole freaking mess. Holy crap. But anyhow, guys, there you go. Always got to keep your eyes open. But it's unfortunate this happened, but thank God this guy's ending it with her. Justice will be served. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.